To say that sprinting is prioritized in amateur, youth, or semi professional rugby setups is kind of like saying you believe in star signs. It is a clear indication that you lack awareness and you are not very intelligent. Speed is unfortunately criminally neglected in the youth, semi professional, and amateur rugby setups. Speed kills and is arguably probably the best physical quality for any athlete to possess. Now, let's skip the fancy jargon and science explanation for why it is beneficial and just think back to the plain old simple playground days of your primary school. Which kid was always picked first when it came to playing some pickup games at school? The fast one. Which kid was always liked by all the girls? The fast one. Which kid was seen as the wonder kid in any type of sport by all the coaches and parents? The fast one. Speed is a critical asset, and in rugby, it can help you to make up for a lot of the skills that you lack in the game. In rugby, naturally, we see positional biases when it comes to physical qualities. Props need to be a bit stronger, but it's fine if they are slower. Wings can be a bit smaller, but they need to be faster. However, more and more these days, you are seeing athletes who are enjoying best of both worlds. And these forwards that you see that are immensely fast are on the smaller side for forwards or traditional forwards, but yet they are dominating in the play. Why isn't speed training or getting your players faster more emphasized? Likely in these clubs, the best players are the faster players. So it would make sense to think that coaches would be thinking, well, if we just got the rest of our team a fraction faster, the team as a whole might perform even better. Yet, maybe due to a lack of knowledge or a lack of understanding, this hasn't really changed. It could also be to rugby coaches' obsession with fatigue and that players aren't really working hard or doing anything effective if they aren't really close to puking. As a result, you see amateur, semi-professional, and youth level clubs or schools focusing primarily on 1.2s, Broncos, or 5-kilometer runs, and essentially completely disregarding any training that could make their athletes faster. Speed training is the ultimate hack if coaches want their players to minimize soft tissue injuries in the lower extremities, dominate collisions, and outpace opponents. However, it often requires a paradigm shift for coaches, where coaches need to accept that to train speed, players need to be fully recovered between reps. Professionals are already doing a lot of sprinting. When this change will come for the rest,